coat is on my chair again, the one with the wooden back beside the door. I didn't ask you to leave it there, but there it is, and the room feels more like someone lives here now, not just passes through. Like the walls have learned your name a little before I do. Your coat on my chair, like you already live here, and I don't mind. The lamp was on before you came, the tea went cold while I was learning how to say I don't mind. You left your scarf across the arm, a small cedar smell I didn't plan. I told myself it was the season, not the way you fill a room when you just walk through my door. Like you already know, there's a lamp burning for you that I never told you so. Your coat on my chair, like you already live here, and I don't mind. The lamp was on before you came, the tea went cold while I was learning how to say I don't mind. I left the lamp on, I don't know when I started doing that. I left the lamp on before you called to say you're coming back. I set your cup on the table, I pressed the crease from the chair. I don't know what I'm saying, only that I wanted you there. Your coat on my chair, like you already live here, and I don't mind. The lamp was on before you came, the tea went cold, and I already knew I don't mind. The curtains let the early light come in. I didn't open them, they were already there. I heard you in the next room, quiet breathing, and I set your cup before I set my own. I don't say it, I don't need to. You can read it in the kitchen, in the way I choose the cup you like, the way I leave the window open. Every time you stay, I set your cup before I set my own. And I think this is what it means to call somewhere Every time you stay, I find myself not wanting you to go. And I think this is what I've learned to call home. You read beside the lamp while I was sleeping. I woke and you were still exactly there. I pretended not to notice for a moment, because I wanted to remember it correctly before it became something that I counted on, before it turned to air. Every time you stay, I set your cup before I set my own. And I think this is what it means to call somewhere home. Every time you stay, I find myself not wanting you to go. And I think this is what I've learned to call home. Bought the flowers you said lasted longer. I moved the lamp so you could read at night. I don't know when I started doing these things, only that I want to do them right. Every time you stay, I set your cup before I set my own. And I know now what it means to call somewhere home. Every time you stay, I find myself already at the door. And I think this is what I needed home. You never asked me to remember, but I know the color of your tea. 2 minutes back, still in mug warm first. No sugar, that's the way you take it. Something in the small attention found its way from you to me. The way you take your tea, no sugar back into. I know you by the things I do without being asked to. The way you take your tea tells me more than what you say. I've learned the shape of you in the ordinary way. You came in from the cold last Tuesday. I had it waiting on the counter. You didn't ask me how I knew the timing, and I didn't tell you I'd been watching for the sound of your key in the door, for the coat you never hang, the way you take your tea, no sugar bag in two. I know you by the things I do without being asked to. The way you take your tea tells me more than what you say. I've learned the shape of you in the ordinary way. I make it before I know if you're staying. I warm the mug before I hear your key. I think that's what I mean when I don't say what I mean. I make it and I wait, and you can read me. The way you take your tea, no sugar bag in two. I know you now in ways that have nothing left to prove. The way you take your tea is the whole of what I know. I've learned you in the ordinary things, and I can't let go. I've been watching the way the lamp bends across the floor from where you sit. I've been practicing some sentences that always lose their nerve a bit. It isn't that I don't believe you, only that I'm better at the quiet kind. What I haven't said lives in the way I stand beside you, and the way I leave the lamp on and come back. What I haven't said is everything I mean in the ordinary things I do before I think. You asked me once what I was reading. I told you half the truth, the gentle half. There's a harder chapter I keep marking that I never seem to get to. Something in the spine of it reminds me of the part of this I'm still afraid of. What I haven't said lives in the way I stand beside you, and the way I leave the lamp on and come back. What I haven't said is everything I And I think you already know what I haven't said is standing here beside you in the lamplight, and the way I come back every time. What I haven't said is all I've ever meant. I think you know it, and I'm glad. You came home late on Wednesday, and the story shifted slightly by the door. I noticed, but I kept it to myself. Behind the book I wasn't reading anymore. You sat across from me and turned your phone face down before I saw what I was meant to see. Something you withheld sits between us at the table. I can't name it, and I won't ask. Something you withheld is small enough to carry, but I feel the weight of it, and I won't ask. The second time was Friday, same story with a different exit time. I watched you from the kitchen, making small adjustments to the line. The lamp was on, it always is. I wondered if you noticed it the way you used to. Something you withheld sits between us at the table. I can't name it, and I won't ask. Something you withheld is too small to be certain of, but I notice everything, and I won't ask. Kept the lamp on all night. You didn't notice, or you did. I kept the space between us warm for something you never said. I kept the question in the back of it, behind everything kind. I kept the lamp on, and I think you knew that I'd find something you withheld is still there between us. I can't name it, but it's named. Something you withheld is all I need to know, that nothing's quite the same, and I won't ask. And I won't ask. sat in the chair by the window, the one where you usually read, and I couldn't decide if the problem was you or the version of you that I need. The coat was still on the back of the door, but it looked like someone was leaving. The room has changed, I can feel it in the floor. The chair, the coat, the lamp beside the door. The room has changed, and I don't know what for. I know this place by heart, but not anymore. You came back in the evening. You didn't say what kept you late. The coat's still on the chair, it doesn't mean the same thing anymore. I set your cup and then I didn't. I left it on the counter. The room has changed, I can feel it in the floor. The chair, the coat, the lamp beside the door. The room has changed, and I can't name it, but I know this place by heart, and something's gone. Inside this room 100 nights and known it. Now I'm standing in it, and I'm not sure what I know. The lamp's the same lamp, but I left it on for something that isn't here. The room has changed, I can feel it in the floor. The chair, the coat, the lamp beside the door. The room has changed, I feel it in the way I stand. I used to know this room, but now I'm not sure if I can. The lamp is off. I didn't leave it on last night. The curtains let in something gray that doesn't call itself light. The coat's not on the chair. The chair looks like it always did before. Cold in here now. The lamp's been off since you left. I made 1 cup this morning and forgot what 2 cups meant. Cold in here now, ordinary cold. The room is just the room, and I'm the only one who knows. put the kettle on and stood there while it did its work. I counted the things you left behind: a book, a scarf, one fork. I thought about returning them, and thought about the door, and left them where they were. Cold in here now, the lamp's been off since you left. I made one cup this morning and held it until it went cold. Cold in here now, just ordinary cold. The room is full of you and empty. I almost turned the lamp on. I stopped my hand. I almost dialed the number I didn't understand. Why everything I reach for leads me back to you. I put the kettle on again. It was the only thing to do. Cold in here now, the lamp's been off since morning. I made one cup and sat beside it, getting cold. Cold in here now, and I know what cold means. The room is mine again, and I'm not sure I want it. Came back twice, with smaller things to say each time. You took the scarf and left the book, and didn't draw a line. You were getting smaller in the way that people do when they've decided, but they haven't said so yet. You never said goodbye, just smaller and smaller hellos, until one day the door was the only thing I know. You never said goodbye, you just wore the distance down and left me with an ending that was never spoken out loud. The coat came off the chair the day you didn't look at me. You folded it across your arm like it was ordinary. I stood beside the window, watching autumn take the leaves, and telling myself this was something I could probably survive. You never said goodbye, just smaller and smaller hellos, until one day the door was the only thing I know. You never said goodbye, just turned around more slowly each time, until there wasn't a reason for me say it either. At the door after the last time you used it. I stood there until I got cold. Then I went inside and I didn't wait and I didn't call. And something in the not calling was the closest thing to goodbye of all. You never said goodbye, but left the door unlocked behind you. And I stood there until the cold was all I had to know. You never said goodbye, but silence has a shape, and yours was in the door that you left open when you walked away. I picked up the mark you left, the one behind the kettle. I don't know why I kept it there, somewhere between habit and unwilling. And the thing is, it was still warm. And the way things hold on longer than they should, still warm after everything, still warm. I can feel it in my hands, and I can't call that nothing, and I can't call that gone. Still warm, still the thing I know best of all. Your book beside the window, page open to the part I never asked about. I read one line and closed it because it cost me something to see the kind of things you thought about, and never said still warm after everything, still warm. I can feel it in my hands, and I can't call that nothing, and I can't call that gone. Still warm after all of it, still real. You back, I want the warmth to stay. I want the thing between us to mean something, even now, even this way. I don't want to undo it, I just want to hold it and know it was true. Still warm after everything, still warm. I can feel still warm. I've been standing in this room with everything I almost said. The lamp's been on and off 100 nights, depending on whose version of events I read. And I've been giving you the benefit of a silence that was all so mine. Tell me the truth. Tell me what you knew when the room went cold. Tell me the truth, because the lamp's on now and I'm the only one who's home. Tell me the truth, I'll tell you mine in the same breath. Tell me the truth, so we both know what this was before we let it rest. I knew more than I was saying. I just preferred the quieter version, where I was only witness and not half of what was missing. I kept the lamp for you when I should have lit it for myself. Tell me the truth. Tell me what you knew when the room went cold. Tell me the truth, because the lamp's on now and I've turned it on myself. Tell me the truth, I'll give you mine without condition. Tell me the truth, so we can finally call it what it was. I turned the lamp on tonight for myself. That's new. I stood in the room and I said something aloud. No one answered, I didn't need them to. I knew the truth before I asked for it. I just needed to hear myself say so. Tell me the truth. Tell me what we were when the room was warm. Tell me the truth, because the lamp's on now and it's burning for me. Tell me the truth and I'll tell you this in return. I knew, I always knew, and now I know that I know, and I'm home. I came home to find them on the table by the door. The key I made for you last winter, lying where the book was before. Not thrown, not left carelessly, set down the way you'd leave a note. The way you'd say I thought of you without the need to quote. Your keys on the table, that's how I know something that was ours has been given back to let go. Your keys on the table, small and clear, the quietest goodbye I think I've ever seen. You could have kept them, it would have been easier. You could have lost them somewhere or left them in the door, but you drove back in the middle of the week and set them on the table, and I found them and I understood. Your keys on the table, that's how I know you thought about the ending in a way that lets me go. Your keys on the table are the thing I couldn't ask for, a goodbye with a shape I can hold. I picked them up, I held them in my hand a moment, then I put them in the drawer, not away, just away, where things go when they belong to something that was real and is complete. Your keys on the table, that's how I know something that was ours has come to where it needs to go. Your keys on the table, in the drawer now, a small goodbye that fits inside my hand. The lamp is on, I left it on through the night, not for anyone, just for light. The chair is empty and just empty now, not haunted, not a question, just a chair. The lamp burns alone tonight, as it always did. Only now I know whose light this is, and it was always mine. The lamp burns alone, and I am here beside it, and that is enough for now. I made one cup this morning and I didn't count. I sat in the chair where your coat used to rest, and I felt the warmth of my own being there for the first time without measuring it. The lamp burns alone tonight, as it always could. Only now I know whose room this is, and I am not afraid of it, and that is enough for now. I sat in the chair where your coat used to rest. I wasn't waiting, I was just there. The lamp was mine, and the cup was mine, and the morning was mine, and the room was mine. And I'll take the cold as mine too, and see what it opens into. The lamp burns alone tonight, as it always did. Only now I know whose light this is, and it was always mine. The lamp burns alone, and I am here, and that is where I start. From here